I'll link it. There we go. All right? That is on our Facebook page.
Okay.
All right?
Okay. For those in the area, I don't know. It is on Facebook, so.
Yes, it is on our
We're meeting
page.
now that,
Facebook blocked the camera, so I would suggest just going on until we can figure it out.
All right, I got it on the.
On your phone?
Phone, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And I'm on the commissioner's page.
All right.
All right,
Okay.
so we
Go
should
ahead
be
and
good.
we'll fix it once
Can
it's
you
done.
confirm that you see us? Okay, it just popped up. There it is, it's going. I can see people.
Okay.
All right,
okay,
yeah,
good
good.
enough. Okay, Chris.
Okay, we're gonna pick back up. We apologize for those technical difficulties. We're gonna review the Mock Chunk Lake Park opening. So in consideration of the governor's announcement to reopen public marinas, campgrounds, and golf courses, and the highlighted precautions that he presented, review of the CDC guidelines for visiting parks and recreational activities, and of course the board's recognition of the importance of promoting Carbon County residents' physical and mental well-being. And in consultation with Mock Chunk Lake Park Director, we have decided, effective 22 May, to open Mock Chunk Lake Park for camping by Carbon County residents. I emphasize reopening the campground for Carbon County resident use only. The showers and bathrooms in the campground will also be open. However, you should not expect the camp store to be open. You should not expect the camp store to be open at this time. However, that could change. All pavilions in the park will remain closed for use, as will the beach, and that will be until further notice. The pavilion and beaches will remain closed. Boat launches A and B are open, and bathrooms will be operational by the 22nd of May. All hiking trails, fire line, shoreline, switchback, orchard, and board bottom are open for general public use, resident and non-resident visitors. Effective 12 June, Mock Chunk Lake Park is expected to reopen to non-county residents for camping. I must emphasize, boat launches A and B are open to the general public, and it is not restricted to county residents. Throughout the park, signs highlighting CDC safety precautions will be placed, and we hope that you enjoy this opportunity, Carbon County residents first and foremost, to utilize the campground during this period and be respectful of CDC guidelines as you utilize the park. That's all I have.
The other thing that I want to mention is May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And they have a campaign for the week of May 4th through the 10th, wearing green, lighting your space with green. This morning they started changing the light bulbs in our candles in our windows here from white to green. And it's to make mental health awareness, how serious the problem is to the public. 1 in 4 people are affected by mental health issues. 1 in 30 experience PTSD. 8.6 million adults have suicidal thoughts. I talked to the coroner this morning. We are up to 10 suicides this year already. Last year we had 14. The year before, in 2017, we had, or 2018, I'm sorry, we had 19. So the rate is high. They have already responded to over 190 calls already through the coroner's office. That does not count the hospice cases that don't go through the coroner's office. So they've been extremely busy in the coroner's office, and of those deaths that we've had, only 13 so far, as of yesterday's count anyway, that are official COVID-19. Only 13 out of all those cases. So there are issues there. But we ask you to, even in children's, mental health issues can be recognized and cured and treated at a very early age, even for children when they, with anxiety disorders, they're at least likely to receive treatment. So we want you to be aware of some issues or show support and your awareness. It's attended training programs to learn more about it. Ask a friend, a loved one, or a stranger if they're okay. Take a few minutes to talk to them. If you know somebody in a crisis, you can call the New Perspective hotline at 800-849-1868 or the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 800-273-8255. Seek help by texting HELLO to 741741 crisis text line. So there is help out there 24 hours a day. So I ask you to support the Green Light program and Mental Health Awareness Month in May. Couldn't come at a better time for this program with the COVID-19 issues that we have, and it's certainly impacting the mental health of many of our residents in the Carbon County and throughout the whole country. CCAP, County Commissioners Association, that is one of their top priorities for 2020, is funding for mental health issues. And they targeted the investment in the state dollars in the community mental health services at the county level to continue the existing safety net and bolster the availability of the mental health services. We deliver these services with the state, seek collaboration that will lead to solutions to better reflect the needs of Pennsylvania, reduce costs, increase local flexibility, and the ability and the availability of quality of services that the county provides. So we are involved in numerous programs, community-based mental health services such as the community resident programs, family-based support, outpatient care, crisis intervention, and which are critical to the well-being of our constituents and our community. So please take the time during the month of May, not only during the month of May, but every day, to learn to recognize those symptoms of mental illness, in particular in the younger children. And mental health is curable, or you can certainly reduce the issues or the amount of suffering for people with mental health by learning the symptoms and early intervention. So there is help out there, and I strongly encourage everyone to seek that mental health. And Rob?
Yeah, one of the things, to kind of back up what Commissioner Nussstein is saying, is that one of the biggest things that we saw when we looked at that PAGE report from 2018 was the mental health issues of our youth, especially that 8th and 10th grade population. It is very, very concerning for not just mental health, but also drug and alcohol, because, you know, behavioral health is kind of a very big topic right now, especially with some of the other things that are going on right now. So it is very, we would appreciate that support. We've discussed with our MHDS counterparts the Green Light campaign, and it would be really good to spread the word and have individuals understand the importance of mental health and substance abuse issues, not just in May, but throughout the year.
Thank you. And that's all I have for today.
Commissioner, you do have one more thing. As a matter of fact, it ties into mental health and disability services and the funding that comes from the census. Right?
Real good point.
Right, yeah, we talked about that just prior.
Yeah, we talked about it before the meeting, and I didn't have a lot of time to prepare it,
Yeah.
but trying to find my notes here, Chris gave me as well. The count for the census is down. Carbon County is only at like 46% at this point in time, and the state average is 55.9. This isn't only in Carbon County, we're better than a few, but we're 52 out of 67. It's extremely low. And this coming weekend is 2020 Census Digital Action Weekend. You know, May 1st through the 3rd. And more than half of the households in the nation have responded. That's only 80 million responses though. Carbon County is one of the low ones. We have had some issues with, people being notified through the post office, boxes in particular. If you have a post office box, you may have a problem, but you can go online, you can do it online, it's simple, there's only a handful of questions, it doesn't take long whatsoever, and it's not near as, hard as you may think it is, so, what was the figure, over a 20-year, or 10-year period, it's like $20,000 for, each person that is counted in the census. And that's where we get our funding for home rehab programs, CDBG funding, homeless programs, et cetera. So it's extremely, extremely important right now that everyone gets counted. So get onto your computer this weekend, stay at home, stay safe. It's the easiest way to do it, give you something to do for 5 minutes. It's only a short period of time, but it does help, and it does mean a lot to the local municipalities, the counties, and the state itself in receiving funding, just by having a good, accurate, census count, so. Okay? Any other comments on the census? So the state was notified, I did call, the Census Bureau in the Philadelphia office and notify them of the issues in the post office area in particular at the time, it was Albrightsville area, but, I'm hoping that, those issues get resolved. Does mean a lot to us. Okay. Anything else? Meeting adjourned. Sorry for the interruption and the technical difficulty there, but you'll have this. If you think that was bad, the COVID-19 is some greater disruption to life than anything else. Alyssa.
All right, few things. So just to clarify for the stuff with the taxes, the base period extended to October 31st and the penalty period moved to November 1st. What are the dates that those were moved from? Like what would have been the normal dates?
July 30th.
What was it, July 31st is the date.
July 31st?
Yeah, August 1st, yeah.
August 1st? Okay. And then for Chris, you talked about the $159,000 some dollars that Carbon got for the CDBG funding, and then you said, just to clarify, each community is receiving about $64,000.
The entitlement communities, of which there are 5 in Carbon
Is
County.
on top of that, the 150?
Well, the tranche that goes to the county is used for non-entitlement communities.
Okay, so that's
Then
separate.
so that would be the other 18, right? So you have 18 non-entitlement communities and 5 entitlement. And the entitlements are Franklin, Mahoning Township, Jim Thorpe, Lehighton, and Palmerton boroughs.
And then as far as Mock Chunk Lake, so I know we don't know when the beach is gonna open, but are you guys still looking for lifeguards? What's an update on
Yeah,
that?
absolutely looking for lifeguards. Right now, we have 2 shore lifeguards. We have 2 applications that have been submitted, and a total of 6 who have inquired as to the opportunity to work. The challenge we're having now, in addition to still short of what we need, is the lack of training programs that are being held, be it at Penn State Hazelton campus, down at Bethlehem YMCA, or there's another one out in Kidder Township that was scheduled, and they're all up in the air right now.
And then once the campgrounds do open, is there gonna be any kind of increased monitoring or enforcement to make sure that it is just Carbon County residents that are going?
Well, there will be a process when you register, your residency will be asked, and identification is checked when you come in. So the driver's license, which has your residence location on.
And then I know Beltsville's kind of different because it's a state park, but I don't know if you guys have heard anything as far as when things are gonna open there or
I don't know,
Memorial
I
Day
think,
weekend.
Beltsville is actually
Yeah.
under federal government, isn't it?
State.
State, I know,
park,
but I
on
think
board
when
with
we had talked about that before, we wanted to change things that to try to keep it for the area. But I thought years ago it was that if you wanted to charge for that, they were thinking about charging you know, county people so much money, and then somebody that was out of the area, but I thought that fell under the federal regulations, that we were not allowed to do that. So, I mean, that Beltsville is probably an altogether different thing than what we're going through.
We're gonna be, kind of be playing it by ear, the first 2 weekends for sure, it'll be county residents only. We'll see what happens till the end of the month and possibly open in, mid-June to out of county. But for now, due to lack of manpower and the social distancing and, everything, we felt, at least get our local residents out there for mental health issues, physical health issues, and, getting outside and, relaxing and getting away from the stress of everything that's going on today. So, as soon as we can, we will open it to the public. But we have our challenges. We will ask all, campers to follow the CDC guidelines as well as State Department of Health and distancing and take the proper precautions. So, we're working those issues out. We'll have proper signage, and things of that nature.
Oh, listen, I think we should emphasize, we're only restricting the camping ground area to county residents. The boat launches, the hiking trails remain open, you know, to the general public. We just encourage, and we expect, you know, the park rangers will re-emphasize the importance of the CDC, Pennsylvania Department of Health standards, should they see something that is contrary to those guidelines.
Sure. And then I think the only other thing as far as, elections, with having this increased amount of mail-in and absentee, ballots, and I'm sure it's not, all the counties are gonna be dealing with this, are there concerns, and I can talk to Lisa too about it, but like, being able to process all of these ballots come election day?
I think we should talk to
Yeah.
Lisa
Yeah.
directly, but yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, we're seeing a huge increase in the applications for absentee ballots, et cetera. And, we will be bringing those people back to full-time during the week, and, additional hours, we'll be bringing our part-timers in to help process. From what I'm being told, in Lehigh County, the former director here, is down there, has 6 full-time people and has 20 part-time people, and they have about 20,000, so far that have applied for absentees, et cetera. So, we're gonna be busy between now and then, and, looking at the consolidation, the polling places and that. It's gonna help us a little bit, and especially in the delivery of the equipment
Yeah.
and that, and picking up of the equipment.
Yeah, I think too, getting any items and getting the reporting in, now you're only getting it from 20, up to 29 places versus 51, so maybe that'll help squeeze that time delay that we're gonna have just a little bit.
Like I said, I can talk to Lisa too about it. I think that was everything I had.
So Amy Miller had one additional one that I recall. She asked about the Lambda fare increase. Amy, the Lambda fare increase of 90 cents for non-subsidized riders, which was to go into effect this month, has been delayed further to 1 July. I will emphasize that we did host a conversation about 5 weeks ago with the Area Agency on Aging, the director and staff members, to include their financial or fiscal officials, to look at ways that we might be able to mitigate that increase. We will re-engage with them in the near term, but right now it's been delayed to 1 July, that fare change. That's the only one I remember from Amy that we did
I
answer,
did,
because you
yeah,
answered the
I
one.
answered the one in the email too.
Yeah,
I answered,
yep.
and that's why I went into such detail.
Yeah,
There was
yeah, yeah,
another one.
yeah. Those are the two I remember off the top of my head.
Okay, anything else? Okay, thank you, Rob, for coming in
Yeah.
today.
Can I give you a copy of that mental health flyer?
Yes, definitely, I'll make,